Hi friends, welcome to Tutors Funny channel. In our last video, we complete the course part. In this video, I'm going to teach about the batch part, batch creation. Right, each course has a batch. So we have to go to the batch section, right? So we have to go to the batch section. So we have to create the batch section. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to go to my website. Here I'm going to create my batch, right? So my Laravel CRUD application. So all the CRUD application you go along with the documentation. It helps you to create the CRUD operations. Right. Now I'm going to create the batch creation. So first I'm going to start the migration part. Copy this. You have to copy this. Okay. So let's wait. Right. Let's copy this back to my project. This is my project, right? Okay. Paste it. Here I'm going to change this one as a badges. Badges table. Badges table has been created successfully. Now badges table has been created successfully. After that, what you're going to do is you can go to the badges table. Here's the badges table, the blank badges table you will be able to see, right? So you have to specify the columns, right? So what you're going to do is now the badges table we have to create the columns. So what you're going to do is these are the columns you have to create. So let's paste it here. Column name, ID we have to specify unsigned big integer. Okay, so that's why we have to migrate. We have to set the foreign key. Okay, the foreign key, this is the ID. This is the course table ID. Okay, so the course table ID, which is a primary key, the same primary key available in the badges table, which is called as a foreign key. You have to make it as unsigned big integer. After the start date, after that foreign key we have set at course ID, reference ID. This is the course ID. Okay, this foreign key is a course ID. Reference ID is a course table ID. The same ID which is available in the badges table, which is called as a course ID. Okay, this is the relationship we have to make it. Now let's file save all, and we have to make the another simple modification. So you have to go to the configuration config. We have to go to the database section. So database. Okay, here's a database. Database. We have a we have config. We have a database.php file. So here we have to make simple changes. Here the engine, it's defaultly come as null. Instead of that, we have to change this one as a this format. Then only the if you make the changes on this, then only it should be work on the this on delete method cascade. This works. Right now let's file save all everything. Now I'm going to make a migration part. Page cards and migrate. Can't empty array. Right. Okay. Here this the problem is here is simple error here. So for here this one you have to change it as save. Okay. Now let's again we have to migrate. Right here the batch table has migrated successfully. Perfect. Now here we have make the relationship successfully. Now what I'm going to do is we have to do the another thing is we have to create the fields. So we have to go to the view section. We have a course and students and teachers folders are there. Now I'm going to select the same for the course folder. Now I have created courses and students and teachers. These three models I have created. Now I'm going to create a new model which is a badges. So how to create the badges model? Before that, I'm going to go to the layout.blade.php page. Here I'm going to create another URL link which is a badges. Badges. Here write badges. Right. If you click on this particular link, it goes to the badges section. So let's save all and let's reload. Here the link has been added successfully. If you click on this particular link, the pages I have not linked any pages, so that it show as blank. After we have complete the batch model, it goes to the respective page. So let's do the batch part as well, right? So we all the migration part we have done it. Now let's do the controller section. So let's go to the controller section. So let's go to the particular website, which is a tutors funny. This is our official website. Go to the page which is our Laravel 9. When you do the project, you go along with this documentation. It is very easy to complete the project. Okay, every time all the source code should be. I'll be after complete this lesson. I'll provide all the source code. Don't worry about that. Okay, so here Laravel 10. My internet connection is little bit slow. That's why it takes some time. Sorry for the inconvenience. So let's go to my table migration part. I have completed. How to make the foreign key relationship, I already done it. Now I'm going to create a controller which is a batch controller. We make it as a batch controller. Go back here, copy, paste it over here. You have to change this one as a batch controller. What's the controller? Batch controller. Press enter key on your keyboard. Now you can see the batch controller has been created successfully. Now what I'm going to do is batch controller has been created successfully. Now you can see the controller which is the newly created the controller which is a batch controller. Now I'm going to go to here. I'm going to change everything as a batch, right? So I have to do the batches control. So how to the batch control is work, right? Now what I'm going to see, we have to just go to the course controller. Let's say same thing. I just copy it, paste it over here. Only the changes, instead of the course first, we have to make it as batches. Okay, so here we haven't created the model yet. Let me create the model of the batch. So how to create a batch model? You can take the code over here, right? You have to paste it over here. You make it as batch. When you create the model and batch, you have to understand the don't create badges. Okay, only create the singular batch. Okay, so here controller also batch. Okay, this is the camel case. You can see here. This is the efficient way to write the controller. You can see the name batch control batch. The B should be capital. After that, you can see the C should be capital. Okay, this is a naming conversation. You must understand the rule while you creating the model and controller. Okay, the badge has been created successfully. Badge is the part where I communicate with the database, right? So what you are going to do is here. Let's back to our. If you have what are the columns you have, if you haven't confused, we forget it. You just go to the migration part of the badge. These are the column we have created: name, course ID, and start date. Okay, don't copy this one. This is the foreign key relationship. Okay, this is a foreign key relationship. You don't copy this anything else, right? So here, what you're going to do is you just go to the course. You just copy this one, paste inside the badges. Here, this one should be a table with badges, ID. After that, you have to write this these things. Name. I just give name. You have to take the notepad and paste it CC. After that, course ID. After that, starting date. These are the three attributes we needed. Right. Now let's back here. Batch. You have to write name is okay. Course ID is okay. Third one should be the starting date. These three attributes we need. Okay. These three column data consist of a batches table. So let's save all. Let's back to our badges controller. Here you have to mention the namespace, which is this 323 strings for Pete, and paste it over here. This one should be badge. Right. Now what I'm going to say badges. It's a badge. The badges syntax. Right. badges, right? Okay, the same thing. Okay, this all things I already taught about this one. Okay, we load the all the data from the batch database via the model where it's communicate with the database is loaded and bring the data and assign to the variable badges, return to the index page. Okay, that's the thing it will do. How does it create page? What does is here as well. Here, create page what does is we have to here go to the courses. This is written back to our course. Here change it as courses badges create. Badges create. Okay, we have to create a folder badges. It goes to the page badges. Create page. Or a store page, what does is it will be store the data into the database, right? You have to understand what does this all the function. It will be show the data. This one should be when you click the add new button, it goes to the create form will be shown. After fill the data, click save button. It will be coming here. Get all the data and get the request here and add the data into the database. This is how they're working, right? So here, what you're going to do is store function. You copy this one, paste it over here. This input request all here the table student. Okay, with student which is a student, but make as which is a batch. Create all the requests, the batch request, put it here. It store the batch table. Return back to the which is a batch. It's a batch. Return back to the batch page. Okay, so batch page. Return back to the batch page. Batch added. Okay. How to show data? Here what I'm going to do is show data. What you're going to do is here copy this one, paste it over here. You have to change this one as a student. You have to change this one as a show data. It's a badges. You have to change this as badges. So badges. You show badges. You show badges. You should also show data as badges. Okay, show badges. It's a batch model. Right. After the edit, this I don't need to explain anymore. We already this all the things we already explained. Okay, while we creating the while we were creating a previous controllers, course and student and teachers. I already explained. I don't want to explain again to waste my time. So let's copy and paste and change the code. Right? Okay. Right. I hope you have understand up to now. Let's continue the task. Let's go to the edit section. Edit. Here also we have changed badges, badge, badges, badges, so badges. Update section, badges, badges, badge, badge update. Right. Now what I'm going to do is here we have to here this one should be the view. The view, store view, the view, view redirect. Right, redirect. Right, everything perfect. Now what I'm going to do is, let's file, save all, save all. Right, now what I'm going to do is, let me create the pages. Okay, one by one let me create it. Copy, select the views folder, paste it. This one should be badges. Right, now here what I'm going to do is, the batch table, you have to create this one as a batch name. Okay, the batch name, you have to write batch name. Okay, so your name, second one should be the course name. After that, duration, course name, batch name, course name, and start date. Right, that's it. Okay, so here let's go to the name, course name, course ID. This is course ID. Course ID is a course ID. This is start date. Start date we have to get copy the same thing. Right, got it. Perfect. Okay, now batch name. Okay, it's a batch page. Get rid of this page. We don't need them. Okay, keep only the batch. The badges. Awesome, badges. Okay. Now go to the respective badges page. You have to fill the form. Name, course name, and starting date. Right, starting date. Okay, starting date. Right. Instead of the input field, you have to make it as a date field. That is your wish. No problem. Right. After done the stuff, let's go to the index page. Here you have to create the badges. You have to write a badges. Create badge. You write here name, batch name. Second one should be the course. This one should be the start date. The badges are starting which date. We will be able to see here. Right, this one should be the badges. So item, so name, course ID, start date. Okay, the same name you have given, otherwise it won't work. So you go to the badges migration part, the same name you have given, course ID, right? It won't work otherwise. It loading the data from the database, you are store the data, the following names. Okay. Okay, the same names you have to given, then only the data will be shown on the index page. Otherwise it take wrong. Okay, if you are giving different name here, the database column also, the name should be different. The data is not displayed. Okay, uh, you have to check, double check with these things. Right, perfect. Right, now here we have to write this one's the badges. You write badges, right? So badges, that's the thing you have to write. Let's file, save all, edit section, badges, badges, badges ID, badges name, badges course ID, badges start date. Start date, course ID. You are given the name as well. That's it. We done the things right. Now let's file save all. Now let's back to the another page is a show page. Here also we have to write a all thing you make it as this was the batch page. Get rid of the badges. Badges. This one could be changed as a badges name. This one's the course ID. This one should be the start date. Let's file save all. Back the project and check it whether it's working fine or not. Let's refresh them. Click badges. Right. The problem is we haven't created the routes. So if you have get this following problem, 404, you get the idea. You haven't created the route section. We have to give the path. When the request is coming, badges, it goes to the batch controller. You have to tell them the path where your batch controller resided on your project. You have given the path properly. You have to give the path batch controller, file and save all and bring it back to your application and refresh it then. Here your batch table is loaded successfully. Now I'm going to add the batch. Click new. Here we have to create a batch here. Let's go to the database and check it. Let's scroll. Because the course name we have to load from the combo box. Okay, now in my next tutorial I will teach you the fixes. Okay, now at the moment you have to create we have given the ID courses. Which what are the courses available? All the things we have raise it, right? Okay, I'm going first. Before the create the batch, we have to create the courses, right? So we have courses. I'm going to create a new courses. So Java syllabus, you have to write A, B, C. You have to specify the syllabus, your months. So all things I will show you how to. We no need to type the months. How to generate the code. All the things I will teach in my next video tutorial. Don't worry. Right now the course has been created. So let's check the database. The course ID has been 1. Now the say ID we have. Right. Now let's add this is the course name. We have to add the badge also. So you have to go to the badges. Now I'm going to create the badges. So badges also we have a straight edit and all the sections are there. Here also it's a badges table. Badges. You are right. Let's do this. Refresh it. Click badge. Course name is a Java. Batch name 0003. Course name 1 mean here. So Java, which is a primary ID 1. Here you will be able to select the course. In my next video, I'll show you. Put one drop down and you will be able to select the course what you prefer. Right? What is the course you have to put the batch. Okay, here the batch number 3 Java 3. Here to select the course is Java. Right? So Java course name is 1. Here in next video I'll put the drop down on. Yes, you will be able to select the course names over here. Right? Starting date also next video I'll put it to one date picker 2. Okay, so you have to select 6 month 2023. Hit save button. The course ID the course ID doesn't have a default field. If you get the following error, here you can see the insert statement there is error. Okay, so here the name, so the field value is not displayed. That's why it will be telling the error as field column ID doesn't have a default value. So what you're going to do is here the mic not you have to go to the create page, badges create page. So you have to double check if this name is correct. Here the name. Here this course ID is the name also you have to make it as a course ID. It's a name which will be goes to the controller page. This name. So the course ID. The start date here also start date here to name it start date. Okay, we haven't made the changes. That's the problem. Let's save all and back it here, and let's do the things. Batch, create a new batch, Java 0001, course ID 1, date I'll be select like this 33, 6 month, 12. Here it's a badges. Okay, so it's working. Now you'll be able to see here it's course here. It's working. Here it's working, right? It's working. Now what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to, the redirect page is the wrong. Redirect page has the badges. So it redirect to, after store the data, it's redirect to badges. Okay, it's badges. Okay, now let's back here for the badges. It should be added successfully. Okay, now let's do the edit part as the all the badges. It's not badge. Edit is badges. So badges. Control S to save all. Now let's edit the data. If you want to make this here edit page also, we have to make the changes. Changes also must changes. Batch name, course name, all things are right. This one should be the ID. So all things are ID. ID's name. This one should be the course ID. Starting date. We have to write this name. This one should be the course. This one should be the start date. Here you have to write a star. You have to make the batch 2 update. It's updated successfully. It's a 2. If you want to view the records, you will be able to view the record. For fine, the view also you have to change this modification. Also view page also. Also you have to change this address. This one should be the course. This one should be the start date. File save all. Bring him back to our application and check it. Yeah, it's working. If you want to delete the record, click delete. Record has been deleted. Perfect. It's working perfectly well. We have completed the batch part successfully. Well, in my next video tutorial, we will be do the enrollment part. Thank you for watching.